Boys and girls, what is going on? Welcome along to quarterfinal number 2 of the Rugby World Cup. This matchup has the All Blacks, as you can see, this side up against Ireland on that side. And welcome along everyone in the chat to this live reaction, live chat, live discussion, live everything about this big game quarterfinal. Number 2, these two sides will compete to see who will meet England in the first semi-final. So welcome along everyone, hope you're enjoying it. If you're here to see the actual game, I can say to you, this will not be streaming the game. It will not be streaming the actual match. This is just discussion, this is just chat, this is just a place for you guys to come and say hi, to talk about the game, see what my thoughts are and all that sort of good stuff as well. So, hope you're all settling in and ready for a big game of rugby. We are about to get ready for the game. There's a moment of silence going on, so we shouldn't be too rude. But welcome on, everyone. Hopefully we have some nice chat here, and hopefully we've got no real delay going on as well, so we can get right into the action. Welcome along, Dills Rugby. First here, yep, you're here within seconds of kicking the stream off, and Andreas says, I'm so glad those cocky wallabies got smashed. Makes it feel nice and warm on the inside. Alex, welcome along. We got our first Irishman in the comments. Hope you're doing well, sir. What's your thoughts on this game? Alex, who do you think's going to win? I'd say you're going to say Ireland, I presume. Let me know what your thoughts are on who's going to win this game. And also, let me know what your thoughts are on the game just finished as well. England and Australia, a really interesting match. Kind of surprised a little bit how to put it, just how dominant I guess England were in the end. Australia were really good, I thought, through most of that match, and probably, dare you say, controlled a lot of it in the territory possession battle, but ultimately come away with, well, nothing, didn't they? They got pretty well and truly thumped. So we've got one team already in the semi-finals, that is England. Maybe we'll have some joyous and cookie Englishmen in the chat as we go through the stream of this big matchup between New Zealand and Ireland. Of course, all the talk is in the build-up to this game of the last 3 times these sides have met. Of course, it was 2 times that Ireland, I should say, have won to just 1 from the All Blacks in the last 3 meetings. Alex is feeling confident. He says Ireland will win. Give us a score, Alex. What do you think's going to go down? And who's going to be a standout as well in this game? I'm a bit worried for the Irish, especially that fullback row. I talked about it a little in my preview, the video and the piece on behindthepost.com. You can see both of them. There's a lot of details going on down there you can check out. I'm really interested. They've gone with Rob Kearney to take that number 15 jumper, and not with Jordan Lamar, who I think has been the real standout for them in the back line especially. Of course, all the pressure will go on guys like Johnny Sexton, Connor Murray, his kicking game. 45, Alex. 45 to what? Goodness me, that's a big score. He's going big straight away. Oh, goodness gracious me. So the Wallabies are gone. So it leaves just 7 teams now. I'll have a look at the teams just before we get things underway. National anthems are playing out currently as we dribble on. And Alex is going for an absolute thumping. A 45-point victory. Alex, is that what you're saying? 45-0? Or just a win by 45 points? That is a big margin, good sir. Yano Bolterman has joined in the chat. How you going, Yano? Good to see you along. What do you think is going to happen tonight? Yano, big win for the All Blacks or big win for Ireland's call as it rings out around the stadium here for this big quarter-final matchup. But it's in Tokyo Stadium. Of course, Nigel Owens is our referee for this game. And we have Graham Hughes, who is a TMO who doesn't really get too involved much. So I'm going to be interested to see how he fares in this matchup. We are about to have the haka to go down. While it does, enjoy it if you're watching. But, boo New Zealand, says Alex. Oh, this is going to be a fun chat. This is going to be a cracker chat. We can tell already. Haka going on. Perenara leading the charge. I mean, I'm interested to see what the support was like. A little bit of talk before the game about this is almost like a home game for the Irish. So, really interesting. This crowd support seems to be on the side of the boys in green. We've got Tills Rugby back in the Blacks. And, Yano says All Blacks. But then if South Africa is going to win, Japan, South Africa will face New Zealand in the final. Yeah, so big match. That's tomorrow's game. We'll be streaming that one tomorrow as well. It's about similar time to this one. It's Japan versus South Africa. The Springboks under pressure straight away with that rematch of that amazing game 4 years ago in Brighton. I mean, we've got some more South African supporters tomorrow night, guys. Save the go block for tomorrow when the Springboks are in action. Alex's birthday today. Going for the birthday present, is it, Alex, of an Irish victory? Why the hell not, too? 23, happy birthday, sir. Hope you're having a good day. I'm sure this will be an absolute cream on the top of the cake if they can get the victory here against the All Blacks. This is a big, big game. Do not underestimate how big this match is. Ireland, amazingly, I've just noticed, have dropped down to 4th place on the rugby World Rugby rankings. So let's go through the teams, the lineups for today's matchup before things kick off, which have only got mere seconds to go before that happens. For the All Blacks, front row, Joe Moody, Cody Taylor, Nipo Laulala, Brodie Retallick only half an hour on his side in this World Cup, starts alongside Sam Whitelock. Adi Savia, Sam Kane, and Kieran Reid are the back row. Aaron Smith, Rishi Moanga in the halves. George Bridge on the left wing, Sevu Reece the right. Antonina Brown, Jack Goodhue, the midfield partnership for New Zealand. And of course, Beauden Barrett at fullback for the All Blacks. As for Ireland, front row, very solid, very strong, very experienced Ken Healy, Captain Rory Best, and Tide Furlong on the tight head side. Into the second row, Ian Henderson, and the very impressive James Ryan in the middle of the pack to the back row. And this is interesting because I think Peter O'Mahony has been selected purely on his performances against the All Blacks. He is certainly a guy that really steps up, and the All Blacks in New Zealand certainly do rate him. Josh van der Fly will be alongside him in the back row. CJ Stander, Conor Murray, Jonathan Sexton, who else? In the midfield, Robbie Henshaw and Gary Ringrose. There's no Bundy Arkey. Jacob Stockdale left wing. Keith Earls on the right. Rob Kearney at fullback. And we are about ready to get underway. Oh, are you excited? Tell me that. Are you excited? Are you ready? I've already drunk a Red Bull today. I'm ready to go. Ready for kickoff. Oh, settle in, folks. Nigel Owens with the whistle. Ireland will be receiving New Zealand to kick off. New Zealand going from left to right. And obviously Ireland right to left. Yadavir Singh, welcome along. Hello, how's it going? Welcome along to the stream. Here we go. Game underway. All Blacks kick off, and it's a short one as well, looking for a regather, and it looks like a bit of a knock-on, possibly straight off the whistle for Ireland. The All Blacks have knocked that one on, so let's get things nicely set into the action. And the first scrum will be going from that knock-on, and it will go the way of Ireland straight away. Let's get things going for the matchup. So the time is always a key thing. So let's get this nice little time app going. We're a little bit ready to go here. So 50 seconds is on the board, so let's get that cranking on the timer. There we go. Timer is up. We are ready to go. First scrum of the match will be Ireland's feed. And it will be Conor Murray who is chucking the ball in. It's rather blimmin' hot here tonight. I tell you what, we've even got the little fan going. The Yadvi is going for the All Blacks. It's interesting. everyone picks a side here, don't they, in these matches? The first scrum of the match is solid as a rock, and Murray goes short side for Stockdale. Switches back to the open, and then Sexton. Crossfield kick, looking for the run of Keith Earls, but it's easily dealt with it there by George Bridge, who does a nice job of holding up play there for the All Blacks. Sits it inside their half by Whisker, and they start things off, rumbling it now through Whitelock. Now Goodhue puts in a little grubber behind, looking for some space and some grass, and not bad little grubber. And finds touch for the All Blacks just over the Irish 10-metre line. Zach's joining in, and so is Martinez. Another Irish fan. Who will Ireland play next week, Alex? It will be, if they win today, it will be England, who they do play next. Zach, welcome along, Zach. How am I feeling? Just great. Just great. Zach's heading off home after a party to watch the live coverage at 12:15. Well, lineup looks good. This is the best the All Blacks got to deliver. Really, there's probably not much to change at all. Maybe, how will that midfield go? That's the big question. Ireland have won their line out, and they're giving out to Stander to charge up, and 3 Irishmen take on Sam Whitelock, who didn't even have the ball, and there's a holding on penalty. Well, not a penalty, it's a holding on scrum advantage for the All Blacks. Good lineup, Zach. Yeah, I think so. He's happy for Bowden and Richie Mowangi. I think we've known for a while, haven't we, that this is the lineup that Hans has been wanting to do for a long time. This is the target. This is what they wanted to do, and this is what they're going with. This is the Richie Mo'unga, Bowden Barrett together lineup. Welcome along, Torpedo. How you going, sir? And T-Dot, any Rugby Challenge 4 news? Well, nothing you don't know. Sorry, T-Dot. We know it's coming out. When it's coming out, I think it's November, isn't it? Off from memory. Yeah. I know that they're working on a lot of stuff. So, it should be good. It should be Rugby Challenge 3, but better. Hopefully, a good portion better as well. So that's what we're going for. Hopefully that works for us. Hopefully that works for Rugby Challenge 4. We get a better game, improvements, just all those annoying, stupid little things. Hopefully they fix it out, make it a bit more moddable would be nice as well. Zach's going to watch for a bit until his own kickoff time. And then I'm on my own. Torpedo, I think, to be completely honest, I watched that England Australia game just before Torpedo, and I mean, I was torn. I just wanted a really, really good game, and I do want a good game here, but I can't help but support the country of birth, and I've got to say, go All Blacks. But if we have a great game, if this is a barnstormer of a game, and there's no stupid referee calls, then I'll be more than happy, as we've seen a falcon here by the Irishman, and the ball scraped forward from a kick from the All Blacks, and Severies has the ball just outside the Irish 22, and this is his first chance saloon for the All Blacks. 30 metres out from the Irish line. A fortuitous bounce has worked in their favour. Barrett's up in the line. Goodhue trying to enforce his way on the game very early on as Rory Best is stuck a bit on the wrong side of the breakdown. Here's Mo'unga. There's a rushing defensive line of Ireland. We expect it. We know it. But the All Blacks are trying to work around it. It's an almost intercept. But it's Jacob Stockdale knocking on. It will be a penalty to the All Blacks. Torpedo's watching the game right now. That's good. Hopefully it's a bit better than the commentary you're having to bear through, because I tell you what, some of this commentary in the World Cup has been dreadful. Dreadful stuff. Go on Ireland, says Ben Armstrong. More Irish support. Stockdale nearly got that one. Zach's going to be very happy if Ireland beats South Africa. Whoa. And then that will be Wales or France versus Japan. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Harris Hammerhead is here. He's supporting Ireland as well. We've got the usual Irishmen are in here now. I tell you what, I've done a lot of Ireland games throughout this World Cup. And my clock is like way out of the sync here. Completely. Too many stoppages, I tell you. This rugby is just a terrible game for stoppages. Let's get the clock back up to date, shall we? It's still 0-0. We've got another stoppage as we seem to have a blood bin replacement player. Torpedo's cheering for New Zealand. Good on you. Support the All Blacks. So there's not much sport going on in that chat. I can tell you that. Who was going off there? Ringrose. Gary Ringrose with a bit of a cut above the eye. So that's, here we go. Jordan Lamar on for Ringrose. So blood replacement, so I'd imagine Ringrose will come back. Grassy's here. Welcome back, Grassy. Good to see you again. Good luck from England. I mean, you'll be happy, Grassy, won't you? You'll be very chuffed as an English supporter that your team has made it to the semi-finals already. A dominant display. Really, really good display. What do you guys think of that English display? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Yeah, I'm an All Blacks fan, Harris. Got the jersey. Live in New Zealand. You've got to support your locals, don't you? You've got to. Was there a bit of a heat clash between two Irishmen or just a bit of a shoulder? Tackled into... Oh, yes, there was a heat clash there. Grassy, good game. He says, I thought they played average and won easy. Good sign. I'd agree with you. I thought England played average for 50, 55 minutes. They closed out really well. Really, really well. They closed out England. I thought after that try to Cotter-Betty, they really cracked into it, didn't they? And they blew the game out. They blew the Wallabies out completely. Richie Mo'unga's going for a shot at 3, everyone. So just keep you up to date with what is going on. Left side, first penalty attempt of the match. Mo'unga, he's having his first attempt. So will he be able to crack the scoreboard early on? Let's have a look. I should really spell his name nicely, shouldn't I? Put that little apostrophe in there. There we go. Here we go. Mo'unga steps up. He's way out on the right-hand touchline. That is an absolute ripper. What a kick from Mo'unga. And I tell you what, how much we talk about the importance of goal kicking, that is a really, really clutch kick from Richie Mo'unga. The All Blacks lead 3-0. And the fans in black in the crowd are happy. Japan absolutely humming for this World Cup. Absolutely love it. Torpedo, I think a few people get knocked out cold in the game of rugby. It's a pretty common occurrence, sadly. Zach's got a new series. Subscriber Series 2.0. Our own team, that would get a little bit, that would really get a little bit complex, wouldn't it? If we had 100,000 teams. Goodness me. Welcome along, Isaac. Good to see you. He wants the All Blacks to win, but he thinks the Ireland will come 3. Well, here's a good play from Ireland as they're breaking the line. Good offloads. Finds Conor Murray in a bit of space. We'll get back to the chat in a second. It's really purring along just like the matches as well. As they're almost to the All Blacks 22. They've done well off their own kickoff. And the All Blacks are quickly up in defence as well. Ireland losing a couple of metres at a time. 5 phases in as they spread to the right-hand side. The crowd is singing. That is a great tackle from Goodhue. Taylor hacks it ahead. The ball squirts free. The chase is on here. Leonard Brown's going back with George Bridge as well. 11 and 12 firing back there. And Ireland go from 22 to 22. Zach's bet Bowden for the first try. Might not be too far off. And Ireland have got the ball now way back in their own 22. What a turnaround that is. A mistake. A big tackle from Jack Goodhue has put all the pressure on. And now we see something I think we're going to see a lot of is Conor Murray box kicks. Up it goes. Oh, it's charged into touch. Straight sideways, Cody Taylor. Well, he's got a little bit of a tactic up his hand. And I think we know neither of these two sides can play the same tactics either. I've completely ballsed up the clock as well. There's a great sack flying in, but you see this Keith Earls. Oh, great tackle, Goodhue. Flying through. It was Bridge, actually, that hacked that forward. And a good chase. Anton and a Brown. George Bridge flying back. Putting pressure on Lamar. That's a great charge down too. We are 8 minutes in. So let's update that clock, shall we? Ireland pick up their line outs. And they try to maul it, but the All Blacks have dealt with this fairly well. It slowly but surely crabs its way to the sideline. Gary Ringrose is back on the field as they feed it out to Stander. And an offside penalty against the All Blacks. 8.5 minutes in, we got 3-0 New Zealand over Ireland. And let's catch up with the chat that's going on here. As we've got, Ringrose only just coming on now. They're getting a bit excited there on the graphic. What we got going here? Harris reckons that Japan might win it. Win the whole World Cup, Harris, or just the Springboks game? Zach's bet Bowden or Reese for the first try as Sexton slithers that one to the point of halfway. Isaac thinks Sevu Reese or maybe Anton Leonard-Brown to step up. Maybe Stockdale. Yeah, good shouts. I mean, if you're going to put a bet on, Stockdale, certainly in an Irish jumper, is a guy to look out for. Reese, yeah. Reese and Bowden Barrett, they're going to be guys to watch. George Bridge, I think, is certainly one who can get up there and score tries. So there's a lot of guys in there that can score these tries. Take your pick who you want to give it to. Tomcat getting more support for Ireland in the chat. There's another more sets up for Ireland as they've lost the ball. It's knocked on. Ringrose back on the field and instantly making a mistake. And that will not please at all this Irish side. Is that Robbie Henshaw that's got bandaged up head? It was Ringrose that went off, but it's like Henshaw and Ringrose are both bandaged up. Do you know what? I did watch the English game. LOL. We call you LOL or LOL? LOL. LOL's a lot easier. I did watch the England game. Very good performance from England. Very strong in the latter parts of that game. They closed it down very, very nicely. Zach, what was up with those missed live streams? To be honest, Zach, completely lost my voice. Pretty much, I couldn't talk for more than a few minutes and it would just be pretty much gone. So, sadly, just had to pull the pin. Pull the pin for about a week. Voice came back, and we carry on. So, sadly missed a few pool stage games, but I really wanted to focus on these playoffs. So, that's why I thought, let's can it here, and we'll get back for the playoffs. The real important games where you guys want to see what's going on through the action of the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and of course the big grand final as well. The All Blacks pile on out of their scrum, and a couple of strong charging runs finds them a good 30-35 metres out, and here's Barrett up in the line and finding Sevu Reese, who slips it back, and Anton Leonard-Brown gets in a bit of a scuffle there with Stockdale. Those two are going to be ones to watch out for. Mo'unga, good little offload in the tackle there from Reid, and into centre field, Rory Best making the tackle. Back to this near side goes Aaron Smith. Here's Retallick. Reese with support on his outside, and Cody Taylor just about got it away there. Barrett again plays for us. Receiver. Oh, what an offload. Absolutely tremendous from the All Blacks. Into the 22 they go. So good. I don't even know who's got the ball or who's going to receive it. Mo'unga breaks a tackle. Puts a low grubber kick through. But Rob Kearney. Well done, Rob Kearney. Excellent defensive work at the back from Rob Kearney. Shut that little grubber kick down from Richie Mo'unga. That was dangerous from the All Blacks. Very, very dangerous. Isaac said needs them points, early points. And you're 100% right there, both sides. That will be the focus. Conor Murray popped down the line too early there. Mo'unga beat him on the ball. And then Goodhue pummels Rob Kearney into touch. Tomcat says, sadly, Ireland isn't as good as it used to be. The ball's come over the back of the lineouts. And there's a bit of a tussle there. Henshaw and Leonard-Brown. Here's Joe Moody. But hopefully we get our old Irish spirit back, says Tomcat. Yeah, I mean, Ireland's still a massive threat here. I would not count them out until that final whistle was gone, regardless of the score. This is going to go the full 80 minutes. Nothing at all. Lol's changed his name. He's called EMP now. No worries, no problem. Briggy is back. Good call. Miss you though. Like this video, peeps, and help the show out. Thanks a lot, Briggy. It's a shame. It is a shame I missed some of those games, but I didn't want to miss these ones. The possibilities of this was really, really good. Here we go. Hang on. We'll get to the Vice in a minute as we've got George Bridge out in the left-hand wing. Getting some quick ball through the All Blacks backline. Whitelock gets a bit of a flat pass. Does very well. Strong carry from Sam Whitelock. Here's Moody charging on. One out stuff from Aaron Smith. He wants quick ball. The Irish aren't giving it to him. Now he goes. Takes a couple of steps. Reid. Good tackle. And Kieran Reid gets within 5 metres. Sam Cane having a go by himself. Stander pulls him down. Aaron Smith coming in first try. There it is. Aaron Smith scores. The All Blacks strike first. And we talked about all these big players to score the opening try. But it was the littlest man of them all, Aaron Smith, who opens up the scoring. Great start for the All Blacks. Quick ball is what he wanted. He persevered. He was hammering those breakdowns. He finally got it. He finally got what he wanted. Quick ball, and he just popped it out like a little lightning strike and scores the first try of the match. That was brilliant. Stretched out. Outstanding stuff from Aaron Smith. Gotta love that. Let's catch up on the comments. Briggy, we got up to yours. Big thanks, Briggy. Appreciate your comments here, man. Isaac says it'll be gangster if we got 3-peat. I tell you what, it would be just monumental if that happened. Let's get the scoreboard up to date. 10 points to 0. The try is scored. And let's get Mo'unga in there. One from the tee. And there we go. Don't want to know if a try scored. I mean, I'm probably right on par with you guys from their comments. Aaron Smith went over as I'm watching it as you guys commented. So I think I'm pretty good. I've got it on ultra, pretty much low latency. So I'm only delayed by a couple of seconds. So, you know, it's up to you guys. What do the other guys think in the chat? If you want to know if there's a try or not, do let me know in the comments. What's the advice from Zach? The All Blacks got the ball from the kickoff. And Richie Mo'unga has drilled this downfield. Back as Sexton. We'll get to Zach's advice in a second. I'm going to read that because it could be good advice. Someone kick it out for a line out. We want to set up for a set piece. Someone knock it on. A scrum is always a good way to wind down the clock. I need to do a vocal cord rest. Not take one full 24-hour day. Not a single word or anything. But no using your vocal cords. You're a metal singer. Oh, I want to hear some now, Zach. How's Ireland going to break away? Not quite. I'll keep that in mind, Zach. That's pretty much what I did. Although I do work in a job where I have to talk. So sadly, I can't get out of that too well. Isaac says, let's go. But must hit the reset button. And he loves the videos. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you very, very much. I'm over a minute behind. That's right. Leave it as it is, Grassy. You're dead right, Zach. Yeah. That's what weekend time is very, very little recording time. But it's all focus here is on World Cup Rugby. My clock is pretty up to speed, just so you all know. NP says Ireland need to play a faster game. Ireland needs to keep hold of the ball, I think. That's what they've struggled with here, is they've just not had the ball to play with. Water is my best friend. Sexton's got the penalty, of course, taking the man out. As, the All Blacks have slapped it back in. Who was that down there? Richie Mo'unga, who was heading for touch. Barrett doesn't know what he wants to do. He's fighting back to Mo'unga, 5 metres out from their own line. Oh, that was a little bit concerning there. He's kicked it away, Mo'unga, and Sexton's got it at the back, and he runs it back, goes high. Big chase coming in from Rob Carney, it looks like. Waiting in the back is Barrett, safe as houses. Takes that clean and clear, and then drills it quickly away. Oh, what a thumper from Beauden Barrett. Cleans that up a long, long way. That was a good 50-odd metre kick. Richie Mo'unga climbing and just reaching over the sideline, jumping like a gazelle. Slapping it back into your own try line is certainly a risky play. But the support was back there. There we go. Dr. Zach. A tear in what you call vocal folds. Zach cracking her head. Yep. There we go. Water is your best friend. I have a whole bag of water as Ireland have knocked on the line out. And its possession back to the All Blacks. So here we go. This is a good time to catch up on what is going on. Plenty of chat going on, so it's awesome to see. Thanks for everyone's input in the stream so far. It is 10-0 to the All Blacks. I think everything is nicely in check there. Aaron Smith with the only try. We're about 18 minutes in. My time is about 10 seconds behind, but we're all flying nicely with that. Ireland, 4 handing errors to the All Blacks, just 1. That is a telling stat very early on. They've not controlled their set piece well. They've made errors off their line outs. The scrum has been a very even battle so far. So it's a tight contest early on as we expected, but the All Blacks do have early advantage with a 10-point lead. Smith. Mo'unga, oh, what a ball! Goodhue, away to Reese, down the left-hand wing, George Bridges gunning for it, he's been won, steps inside, oh, Keith Thorles takes him down, just 2 metres short. Going in there digging is Goodhue. Oh, he's taken out Aaron Smith, it's advantage, as Aaron Smith's got 2! Oh, he's done it! Aaron Smith, he's got a double! The little genius has scored a pair inside the opening 20 minutes, and the All Blacks strike a second time. Aaron Smith is having a dream game. All the talk about the quarterfinals is when players make their name on the big stage. That, from Jack Goodhue, is how you shut down that rushing defence. Beautiful layered attack from the All Blacks. Put it beautifully. Here we go. Here's the Irish player who comes and takes him out. He's got to get out of there. That was Stockdale. He's got in there. He's got to get out. And that is what gave the opportunity because it left no defender on that short side. What a pass from Goodhue. Rushing out was Ringrose. There was a couple of errors there massively by Ireland. Stockdale made a good effort just to stop him short. Stockdale went early. That got him in trouble. Aaron Smith, the power of the little man. Great work. Excellent work from Aaron Smith. Let's get things up to date, shall we? I just want to watch the replay because that was an awesome try. Aaron Smith's got 2. It's up to 15 points to zip. Very good start for the All Blacks. Rishi Mo'unga is lining up his second conversion. See if he can knock this one over. Andre said it's game over for Irish fans. They can pack up their bags and go home. It's just going to get uglier. Big comments there, Andres. Richie Mo'unga. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful from Mo'unga. He has got this game on an absolute thread. Beautiful stuff, the All Blacks. They are killing it at the moment. What are the odds of an Aaron Smith hat-trick? I mean, yeah, very good start, isn't it? Brayton? I was trying to work out how to say the name properly. Brayton? Correct me if I'm wrong there. But yes, I mean, right now, let's go to the TAB and see what the odds are of a Aaron Smith first half or even full match. Look at this Hardy sub here. That has got to be a penalty. He was just tackled around his head. That is going to be disaster early. I'm surprised we haven't had yellow cards already, but that is going to be looked at again. That was an ugly tackle, and yes, we're looking at it. We are looking at it. Artie Savia, yeah, he's a strong old beast, but boy, that is not a good tackle at all from Ringrose. Yeah, you've got to get out of that situation, Ringrose. Goodness me, Gary, that is a shocker. I mean, we've seen less than that sent off with red cards, and he is lucky to still be on the field. I think the referees have kind of lightened up a little bit. As Mo'unga, oh my good word, Richie Mo'unga, that is beautiful. The All Blacks are singing a very, very good song right now. Zach says, helps to know your instrument. You know guitars, no guitar mechanics, yes. I mean, to be honest with you, Zach, I'm a bass player. They're not in here, but yep, bass man. That's the musical bone that I've got. Grassy says, too sharp. I don't need to wake up. They have just stolen the All Blacks line out, so that is a good start for them to get back into this game. Jack says, come on. Jack, who are you supporting, the All Blacks or Ireland? Conor Murray's got a box kick. And the box kick is only as good as your chase, as that has just been shut out. The All Blacks have just put on a really good shutdown line of that chase. Mo'unga fires wide to Barrett. Here's some room out wide. Anton Lienert-Brown shimmies and goes through a half hole. Sets it up beautifully. Retallick, he wants a great little try if he could get himself on the scoreboard. Barrett lines up. Gets him over the 10-metre line. Now they use the backs. Kieran Reid, the captain, charges in, and that's a penalty to Ireland. No releasing the ball. CJ Stander, great work there for the big number 8 for Ireland. The All Blacks defence couldn't move him. And it's been a great effort from Stander there to get Ireland now in a chance to actually get back in this game. We haven't had many stoppages, actually, to be fair. Haven't had too many stoppages at all. It's been quite a fluid game, which is good. Very good, actually. The fact of the matter is, got his kicking boots on today, says Grassy. Richie Mo'unga, I presume he is having a storming game so far. They need to stay focused, says Zach. The ABs, because this game isn't over. I 100% agree with you, Zach. This game is far, far from over. Ireland is certainly a good enough side to storm back into this game. Best throws, dragged down from Omani. They go straight into midfield. Ringrose takes a hit up. Murray goes short, and charging at the line is Ian Henderson this time on the All Blacks 22. Murray gets a boot in the face, but he goes again. Rory Best goes that deep line and a flat ball to Keith Earls, who loses his feet and loses the ball as well. Big turnover for the All Blacks. Whitelock has to go, does a double dummy before making a couple of metres forward. Now, this is what the Australians failed to do. It's clear their lines. What are the All Blacks going to do? No, Bridge, he's going to run it. He's not going to clear his lines. Savia throws the biggest dummy this side of the equator. And almost a turnover there for Tide Furlong. Does very well. Goodness me, that was a bit helter-skelter from Sam Cane. The All Blacks into the line goes Barrett. Now they find a little bit of space on the left-hand wing. They cut it back. And Mo'unga sets it up again. Stander's the man there. And a penalty. Ken Healy comes through from the side, takes the ball up. And that is a penalty to the All Blacks. And from the side, Nigel Rollins tells him off. Ball wasn't out. And he's gone, well, was it? No, it wasn't out. It was still inside the last foot. Clearly, that was still in. Tough. Scotty Stevenson saying that's tough on Healy. I mean, you can see from the angle, it was still inside the last feet. So that's still in. And yes, the fact of the matter is that it was in from the side as well. Mo'unga puts another perler of a kick away as we are 26 minutes into the game. Zach's getting into the pre-match. You're still about half an hour away from kickoff there, Zach. And we are almost up to half-time. We've got 13 minutes to go. So we've got another change here for the Irish. I think that's Robbie Henshaw who's making his way back on the field again. And Jordan Lamar has had about 2 or 3 little cameos in this game as the All Blacks set for them all, but end up playing out wide. That's a crossfield kick from Mo'unga. Finds it to Bridge. Shimmies back in field. Barrett's there with him, and he clings out surprisingly well. That was a nice little play there, shifting for them all. And what a little short pass from Retallick, finding his captain, Kieran Reid. Aaron Smith looking for that hat-trick. Sevu Reece in a bit of strife, and somehow the Slucky Stars are on the side of the All Blacks at the moment because Sam Whitelock has just caught that ball with his face. Retallick, at first receiver, throws a dummy as he does so well. Oh, Mo'unga shaped for the little chip over the top and then accelerated through a half gap. The All Blacks in the 22 now of Ireland yet again. As they charge on the left side, another hit up from the forwards. Cody Taylor resets and waits. Oh, a big charge there from CJ Stander. Takes Joe Moody out. As another ruck, I should say, just sets up right in front of the last. So the All Blacks setting up here for a penalty or a drop goal because they're not doing anything too exciting. They're waiting for a quick ball. It's Joe Moody has a pick and go. Now Savia has a pick and go and he's dropped the ball forward. Yes, lost it forward. Can't touch this. No, says Yardvia. Well, Steve Hansen won't be too happy for that. The All Blacks were setting up very, very powerfully with their forward pack. I love this play we're getting a replay of here. They set up for the maul. Sam Cane was the line-out scrum half, and it looked for all money that was going to be a driving maul. He fired it out. A very good pass from the open side flanker that found space. The crossfield kick from Mo'unga. This ball off a boot. That's unlucky. That's unlucky for Adi Savia. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Zach. Zach's talking about the 3D model green screens of the players. Yes, those replays of the tries. I know what you're talking about. They looked terrible. because the players look real, but everything else looks fake as hell. But it's cool. It's cool what they can do, to be honest with you. It's cool that they can get those angles and those shapes using the real players on, I guess, a digital sort of background. So it's cool. Needs some work. So hopefully that improves in the future, Zach, on that one. We do have a bit of a stoppage in play, so I'm going to fix my time because we are... There we go. Get that up there. Here we go. 28 minutes in. And looks like we've got a bit of an injury concern here to Peter O'Mahony, the Irish blindside flanker. No, the pre-match. Zach's not happy with what he's watching. I mean, you're going to be happy soon, Zach, because this is a good first half by the All Blacks. Oh, I see what you're talking about. The stats of the players. Oh, yes, I know what you mean. Wait till you see the plays of the pool stage they do later on, Zach, where they have again, it's a digital field. They put the actual players on there. It looks average, but it's cool angles. So keep an eye out for that. I think it's a cool thing, but they need to refine that a bit more. We are set to get back underway, though. Time is back on. And Conor Murray will be feeding the scrum for Ireland. They'll be desperately keen for some points. They won't want to go into half-time down by a scoreline like this. Stander. Oh, Stander just confused. He can't get away from Aaron Smith. And they're trying to get out of their 22 with force. Now, if they were watching the Wallabies earlier on, they'll know that isn't the best tactic. They keep it tight, and charging in is Josh van der Flier, making their way just out of their 22, and surprisingly, Conor Murray takes it back into the 22 and box kicks. It's easy for Beauden Barrett. The All Blacks are going to counter-attack here. That's what they love to do. And this is really, oh goodness me, really weird rugby from Sevu Reece, who breaks 2 tackles. Support there from Anton Brown, the fastest forward. Great chance here. Ireland pick up the loose ball. They fire it back to Carney, and now they're going to look to a counter-attack back the Irish, but they're just not into the play here. Van der Flier just takes the ball straight into contact. Sexton does the same and gets cut in half. They're not using their players here, Ireland, at all. They're not using their overlaps. They're not using their depth. So the forward pass advantage is over for the Irish. So we are back on standard playing here. As Ryan has a bit of a go. James Ryan, I think, has been damn impressive in this World Cup. And Ireland are looking rather clueless, to be honest with you. Here's Sexton going high and waiting as Barrett, who's again safe as you'd ever love to see, as George Bridge takes on Stander and Keith Earls. Oh, Aaron Smith spots room down the short side with Sam Whitelock. Needs some friends. Furlong tries to get over that. That is a very, very quick call. If that's for not releasing there. That was a very, very quick penalty to blow. Healy was over the ball for about half a second and got pushed off it. Surprising there. Surprising. Oh, Sam Cane got a boot in the groin there. That looked a bit nasty from Sexton. Off the kick. What do you got going on in the chat? Zach says that tried Bridge did. New Zealand South Africa game, the 3D angle they did was good. Yeah, there's some really cool technology coming in, Zach. I think soon you're going to just be able to completely see the game and angles that you've just never seen before. Grassy says Ireland's playing too narrow. AB's defence looks solid from the side. Oh, so it's from the side. Clearing up. Rugby Challenge 3 penalty call. Oh, if we ever see games like Rugby Challenge 3, then we're in trouble. Here's a set-piece play from the Irish off the line-out. And it's quick ball as well, which they like, and they just about run into each other. Disaster again! That's kick 2 from the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett's flying. It's reminiscent of 2015 final. Beauden Barrett scores. Celebration. Instant replay of the Rugby World Cup final. Beauden Barrett scores. That is just luckless from the Irish. We are going to check it upstairs, so we'll hold fire before we put it up on the board. Decision from Nigel Owens is a try. So let's see what they're actually looking for. I'm not actually sure. I didn't hear. Barrett did nothing wrong because the ball's on the ground, but was it knocked on by an All Black? No, no, no chance at all. Off his head at best. Moanga hacks it through. Checking one more thing. Came off his head. I don't think Richie Moanga can be offside here. So he's looking to see if Richie Moanga, the player who kicked it forward, was in front of the ball. I'm not really too sure what he's looking at here. It's definitely off the head. Definitely off the head, Grassy. I'm not sure what they're looking at here for Moanga. It comes off his head, Nigel. Let's get on with it. It's a try. Certainly a try. Moanga's done nothing wrong here. He come out from the line. There is some confusion out there, and it's causing confusion out here too. So, it never even touched the head. Severese's tackle hit the arms of the Irish ball carrier. It's got to be a try. It's certainly a try. Award the try. I'm awarding the try. Try. That's another 5. 22 points to 0. And that is a try to Mr. Barrett. Let's give him a B, Barrett, just in case Geordie comes on and kills the game later on. But Barrett scores. Reminiscent of 2015. Love to draw on that one again. Sexton. Yeah, but as that happened, I said the Irish have got a bit confused into the plays that they want to do here because they've run into each other. Sexton wanted to pass it to Carney, and I again will reiterate what I said at the start in my previews of this game. Jordan Lamar had to start. Rob Carney, just no. Third shot at conversion for Richie Moanga. I mean, he's kicking superbly. 22-0. I'm kind of surprised. I'm really quite surprised. Moanga steps up. Strikes it nicely. It curls around the outside. And curls away to the left. Misses the left hand upright. And that is away. 22-0. Yes, Severese, good position. Good tackle as well. Let's be honest with it. All the scrutiny over tackles. Getting in the right positions. Severese hit that at the perfect place. Body on the line. Head in the middle of the player. Yes, he got a head knock to the hand, from the arm. But I mean, he put it in exactly the right place. Let's get the time back underway. It's 22 points to 0. The All Blacks dominating this fixture early on. Severese gets tracked down nicely off the kickoff. The All Blacks struggle slightly to get the ball back on their side. And we're going to see an Aaron Smith box kick. Now, we've not seen this very often tonight. And Aaron Smith kicks for touch. We are, 6.5 minutes till half time. So let's get that nicely up to date there. 33-40 or so we are. There we go. And it's 22-0. It has been a great start by the All Blacks. Absolutely dominant. Zach reckons we should try to do VR so we can see the game from the sideline VR. That would be amazing, Zach. Absolutely amazing. Imagine that. Rugby's going to be on. Shunk. Put the old VR set on and you're sorted. That would be so cool. If we get that, it would be beautiful. Oh, again, Connor Murray. How many times have this Irish team played together? Joe Schmidt has got his head in his hands. He can't believe it. A little 1-2 with James Ryan and Connor Murray. And he just run at the line, flicks it back. Murray knocks it on. It's disaster for the Irish. Absolute disaster. Goodness me, I can't quite believe it. So it's an All Blacks scrum, 10-metre line. The All Blacks are ready for half-time. Ireland is ready for half-time. The Irish fans have been relatively subdued, let's be fair. They have not impacted this game at all like we expected. 35 minutes in now. And the scrum slowly twists a little bit, but the All Blacks steady it up. Smith waits, finally gets it out. Mo'unga, cut out pass, finding room out to Goodhue, steps back inside. Smith goes back to the way it came from. Moody bumps off one. Strong run from Joe Moody. Smith again, treks a little bit sideways. Mo'unga kicks, gets it away from Rob Kearney. A difficult bouncing ball, but he does well with it. Turns, pivots, and kicks it back. Straight down the tram track, straight to Richie Mo'unga. Back to Beauden Barrett in centre field. He fires it up to halfway. Little chip over the top. Riga, this just about. No, he's knocked it on. Something special there from Beauden Barrett. And CJ Standers picked it up for the Irish. And they're going to run it back now. Ringrose, quick hands through to Robbie Henshaw. What can Ireland do? Can they cook something up before the break? They need some points. A lot of points. Any points. The Irish, or they are going to be on the end. It's a knock on. Another, oh, and a high tackle on Aaron Smith by Conor Murray. Oh, this is, I mean, I like the game being free-flowing and open, but we are being incredibly inconsistent to what we were in the pool stages. Ireland's getting frustrated. Beauden Barrett almost created magic. A little bit deeper, maybe could have done something special. He tried to flick it up, but unfortunately couldn't do the magic. The All Blacks game is... Ooh, Murray, get yourself in trouble. The All Blacks coaches will be absolutely stoked with how this one's going so far. As the kick for... I'm not sure what that was for. Attempted kick for touch, and it's gone dead in goal. Richie Mo'unga has had a storming game so far. He's just had his shocker. First shocker of the match for Richie Mo'unga. The All Blacks are playing a different game here. They are playing a higher standard, as we expected there would be. When you play Namibia, when you play Canada, when you play those teams, you don't need to put your full game plan out there. Now we are getting into the business end, the sticky end of this competition. We are starting to see what this All Black side is capable of. There's an Irish scrum. It's on halfway. And we have just over 2 minutes to play till the break. 22-0 is the score. The All Blacks leading Ireland comprehensively. If you weren't excited about this as an All Blacks fan, you damn well should be now, because this has been a very, very good performance by the All Blacks. It is a short arm scrum penalty to the Irish. And they've opted for another scrum. Bundy Arki is in the stands. And they don't look too chuffed, do they? The Irish reserves, they're not happy. Not happy at all. What difference would it be made? Makes you wonder. Bundy Arki, had he been this team? Gary Ringrose, Bundy Arki in midfield. How well they would have gone together. I'm not too sure if he would have made too much difference to the juggernaut way that this All Black side is playing. We've just wasted a minute. We have pretty much 39 in now. Murray feeds. Better scrum. Ireland just gained the ascendancy. It crumbles to pieces, but Owens lets it go. Oh, big tackle. Double round play from Conor Murray. Puts a little grubber through, makes 5 metres. And it's another dead play from the Irish. Crunching tackle in the middle of that play there, though. Somehow got that offload away to Conor Murray. You look for the grubber through for Keith Earls. And got nothing of it. Conor Murray's not happy here at all. The crowd are booing like nothing else. Oh, the ball. Okay, the ball has come off Richie Mo'unga. So, Conor Murray rightfully a bit livid there. It did look a bit of a crap kick. So that makes sense as to why it was a bit of a crapper. Murray was looking for it to stay a bit straighter, stay in the field of play. And he's complained. The referees have, well, they've listened. Alex is saying boo. Well, Alex, what's happened to the Irish boys? Tell us what's going on. Ireland have really struggled to come to the party here as we've stopped the clock. We do still have half a minute to go. So the All Blacks line will be under pressure. They're about 35 out here, Ireland. They've got the line out feed. Let's get time back on. Rory Best to throw. Owens is not happy with this. Alex doesn't know what's happening with Ireland. They look a shadow of a team from a couple of years ago. I said they peaked early. 40 minutes in, it'll be hard to argue with that. The maul is set up by Ireland and is absolutely dominated by the All Blacks here. They've driven in and they've crushed it. Absolutely crushed it very quickly, but Ireland regather the momentum. Now Murray goes to the back line. Double round play as the halftime buzzer goes. As Sexton gets a deep ball and a couple of running back. 40 minutes is up. They swing to the right. Now they go tight. Stander. Oh, good run here from Murray, but he's crushed. Sam Cane comes along and puts him to ground. Now they've got a bit of momentum, the Irish. They're back towards the 22. Who 25 metres out. Stander. It's just no momentum in their play by the Irish. They're just getting the ball at first. You see that look like forward pass as well from Sexton. He's in a world of trouble. Kieran Reid's over that ball. Goodness me, I don't know how he didn't get pinged there for not releasing. Here's Ian Henderson. Wrapped up, goodness me, by Sevu Reece of all people. Now they go to the open. And another attempt to turnover here from Ardie Savia. Oh, but he's got the penalty against him. Now, here's his chip over the top from Sexton. It's picked up by Big Brodie Retallick. He says, having none of that. And Conor Murray slaps the ball out of his hands. It's a fight you're not going to win, Conor. Stay away from it, my son. Savia was over that ball. He had that ball. Why did he not get that penalty? Very interesting call. Ireland have got a penalty. Oh, and they're going for the corner. I was about to say, what do you do here? Do you go for the 3? Do you try and get yourself just on the board? Some points for the first half? Or do you do this? They're going for touch. And Schmidt is standing in the stands, and the Irish crowd now are finding their voice. Angus Gardner is on the sidelines, which is a bit of a concern, as per always. 22-0, I can't quite believe it. We're 2 minutes over. The front is Ryan. And they try again the driving maul, which the All Blacks again have done a good job of slowing up. They peel off the back with Rory Best, and Joe Moody puts him to ground alongside Sevu Reece. The ball squirts back. Now they keep it tight. Tight Furlong. Oh, that's a turnover, and every day of the week, 2 All Blacks players over the ball, and somehow it squirts out. Now they've got Omani has just driven into that ruck with his shoulder. This is proper rugby. We're back to the rugby we want to see. It's brutal. It's vicious. It's test match rugby. Here's Rory Best having another go. Come on, Ireland, says Briggy in the chat. They've got penalty. They've got advantage. Now, that is a couple of penalties in a row. Do the All Blacks need to start being careful? Because they could get themselves in trouble conceding a few too many penalties here. What's the penalty for? Okay, so it's taken out Ken Healy running with Tide Furlong. So I presume that is what it's for. And now Kieran Reid is going to get the chat. So taking the play without the ball. They're getting a bit of a talk to as the crowd's getting revved up by the PA system. We are almost 3 minutes. My clock says 3 minutes, but another stop. So it is penalty to Ireland. Pretty much 43 minutes into the half. We are not in the second half. We are still going. Ireland They desperately need something. What are we looking at now? We're looking at something with a TMO. So goodness me, settle in. Grab another drink. It's 22-0. What are we looking at? Who's upstairs? It's Hughes, isn't it? So we've got... So Reed's getting penalised, taking out the player without the ball. Are they going to penalise Omani for what I talked about, going shoulder first into that ruck? Is that what they're actually looking at here? I said this is old school rugby now. Omani straight into a breakdown with his shoulder, and that is what they're looking at. Oh dear, Ireland, you can't afford a yellow card. You can't afford that. I think that's what we're looking at. Straight into the All Black player's back with the leading with the shoulder. What's he going to rule on here? I'm interested. Omani's there. He's trying to defend his case straight away. So it's just a penalty, Irish fans. Yes, you've blown your chance to score, but... Well... Oh, that's what we talked about. I said it when I saw it happen. I was like, Omani's just led that ruck straight with his shoulder, boom far into an All Blacks back. The All Blacks get the penalty reverse. We are off to half time. We can say goodbye to Mr. Clock. Wowee. Finally, it is half time. And the All Blacks leading this one convincingly over Ireland. 22 points to 0. And I mean, I'm okay with that. Yes, penalty, reverse the penalty back the other way, but certainly was not. I mean, that's sort of stuff we don't want to see getting yellow cards. Yes, you shouldn't have done that, Omani. You've cost your team a very, very good chance. Oh yes, 100%. A yellow card would have been an early nail in the coffin for the Irish here. That would have been game over. There'd be 50th minute before you get your 15th man back. Well, the All Blacks scored, I don't know, 5-10 points at that time. That's a game destroyer. That would be 30-0. That's a killer. Even if they didn't, you're 50 minutes in and it's still 22-0. The likelihood that maybe they score a try or something, that is a killer. I'm happy. I'm happy that Owens has kept the cards in his pocket, because if he went for that, that would be just disaster. Absolute disaster for this game. So, yep, that's all right. We've been going all right. Soft penalty there. Yeah, I agree with you, Andres. I do agree with you. But the problem with that penalty by Omani is that it was so obvious. There was very few players in that breakdown. There was no one really around it protecting it. It was just wide open. And Owens was right there looking at it. Yeah. He should have really hit his effort a bit better. It was obvious to see. Even I seen it, and I'm half blind. I'm looking at all the wrong stuff. So if I can see something like that, the refs are certainly going to pull that one up. But yeah, soft penalty, stupid penalty though, isn't it? I mean, you can't afford to do that stuff. Long and short, you just don't do that stuff. So a silly penalty by Omani, which is going to cost his team. It really is. So what are we looking at here? Half time, 22 points to 0. What have you guys thought of this first half so far? We've had 3 tries for the All Blacks, 2 to Aaron Smith, 1 to Bowden Barrett, Moanga converting 2 out of 3, and also a penalty goal that opened things up. Brad, meanwhile, us peasants? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Brad? Watching... Oh! Oh, I see, Brad. I see. You peasants are watching the anthems. Well, I mean, come on, Brad. This is why I do these. You guys that can't get the games live, you can tune in here. I'll give you guys a bit of an insight what's going on. You can keep a date with the score, see how the game's going, see who scores, see what's the best bits to watch, and whether the game's worth watching. If you want to see the result as soon as you can. So, unfortunately, I can't show you the match, but I can try and keep you guys updated as much as I can throughout the 80 minutes. It is 22-0. Bad news for the Irish. They've been pretty unconvincing in the first half. They've had a little less ball, you'd say. We'll have a look at the stats, shall we, while we're here, actually. I reckon they've had less of the ball. We'll see if that agrees with the stats. Let's get the screens in the right place. Let me know what you guys think of these stats on the side here. Let's get the right screen. Stats. Here we go. Wishy-washy. As you can see, monitor. New monitor on the side. The stat leaders. I don't know why tackles. There must be turnover tackle success. I'm really not sure. Anyway, last 10 minutes, territory has been All Ireland, as you guys are pretty aware of. Possession in the first half, surprisingly, 50-50, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought the All Blacks probably had the better of it. Possession, where's territory whole game? 57-43. So the All Blacks with a little bit of a nudge early on that one, so they're doing all right. Meter carries, though, look at this. 214-93. That is a big telling stat. When the All Blacks have the ball, when they've got the ball, they're going forward. They are dominating the game. They're moving forward. They're going forward. They've got control of the breakdown. They're getting decent fast ball most of the time. And they are making that gain line, which is the most important thing. And when you look at these stats here, this side tells me a full story that the All Blacks have been dominant. More runs, more carries over the gain lines, more passes, more defenders. I mean, look at that. Look at that. 10-1. Far out. 4 clean breaks to none. No clean breaks at all. Unbelievable. 6 offloads. That's irrelevant. Ireland have chosen to maul. The All Blacks yet to put one up. But have they been that successful for the Irish, the mauls? I don't think they have. They've had a little bit of success in a couple of them. But ultimately, the All Blacks have set up very, very well to stop those driving mauls. The ruck's close as well. Set pieces, one there. Ireland have been very good. All their scrums, all their lineouts have gone their way. The All Blacks have lost one lineout, although it does say here 2 lineout steals. So take from that what you like. What else we got? Penalties conceded, fairly close. Defence, here we go. Tackles. The All Blacks have made more tackles, which is a bit of a surprise. But the difference here, 75 made, 1 missed. So that's 74 out of 75 successful tackles. A 99% success rate is huge. The Irish, on the other hand, 66 tackles and 10 missed. So sitting under 90% at 87% successful tackles. So that is not a stat that you want to be on at all. 4 turnovers, 1. That's big as well. And turnovers in own 1 in opposition half. Well, that's big, isn't it? 6 for Ireland. So that's a massive stat there on their side. But they've not converted that into points at all. A few comments coming in. Ireland who, says Stills Rugby. Yep, Ireland have been a shadow of themselves, haven't they? Really have. Brad, great commentary by the job. Get your ass on radio. Thanks, Brad. I'd love to work on radio. That would be awesome. Maybe 22-0, says the Gaelic Warrior. But maybe we will make a miracle happen on the unlikely turn of events. 100%, Gaelic Gladiator. 100%. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Because 40 minutes, the All Blacks can score 22 points. Ireland can very easily score 22 themselves as well. Because a yellow card, a red card, anything can change this game. Anything can change this game. But it's far, far from over. The last thing the All Blacks can do here is take their foot off the gas. They can't afford to do that. They've got to stay full pressured on. So they've still got to keep their game up. That's the big part for them. Ireland honestly looking lost, says Dills Rugby as well. I think so too. I think the real way they're looking lost, to further your comment, is the fact that when they go one out to the forwards are not running onto the ball. They're getting the ball and they're going, oh dear, what do I do with it now? I'll just go down. I'll go to ground. They need to be running on hard. Those big runners, the Omanis, the Standers, the Under Flyers, the Hendersons, the Rory Best, the Ken Healy. So all those big guys need to be hitting that ball at pace, charging in the tackles and making the gain line. If they're not making the gain line, they're going static. They're going backwards. When you're going backwards, your forwards from the last ruck have to go back and round behind. They're not running into rucks. They're going backwards into rucks. It's really not the best way you want to play. And if they're not going forward through their big boys, they're going to struggle to get into this game. Notice a couple of tries were scored off loose carries, mistakes where the balls come free And fallen is the part for an All Blacks player, George Bridge and Richie Mo'unga, benefiting from those 2 tries and those errors. So they've got to clean that up. Got to clean up those handling errors. Let's see, is there actually handling errors in here in stats? There actually doesn't seem to be handling errors at all. Players. Attack. Defenders beaten. No, I want to see, where's handling errors? Where's what do the words mean? Here we go. We've got the guide. Handling errors, HE, here we go. So this is the big thing. Keith Thurles has made 2, Six has made 1. Whole host of players have made 1 handling error, but you can see there's a lot of red players in this. Out of all the players made a handling error, what are we looking? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Irishmen. 1, 2, 3, 4 All Blacks. So there we go. That's a telling stat. Handling errors, creating chances for the All Blacks. That's where they need to clean this game up. The Gaelic Warrior Gladiator. Why am I calling you the Warrior? The Gaelic Gladiator says the haka was very good before the game, and he loved the Island fans trying to battle them. Yep. I mean, that's... The haka's taken a hammering over this World Cup, hasn't it? It really has taken a hammering. But the fans can do whatever the hell they like. They can sing. I mean, if we do see the All Blacks versus England next week, we're going to hear some really humming Swing Low Sweet Chariot, aren't we, while the haka's going on. That's the response. The players, I guess, are a little bit limited to what they can do. But that build-up, that singing definitely gets into the blood. It gets it pumping. It gets them going before the game kicks off. So it's just as insightful for the side facing the haka that their fans get in behind them as well. So 100% agree with you, Gaelic Gladiator. They've got to get in there to support their side going into this one as well. What are the interesting stats that we got here player-wise? Defenders beaten. Who's been the key? Sevi Reeks, 4. Goodness me. George Bridge, 3. Mo'unga, 2. And you see, the only player in Ireland's team that has beaten a defender is Jonathan Sexton. Kicks from hand. Richie Mo'unga's made 8. Surprisingly, this chap here, Aaron Smith, has only made 2. Which is a surprise when we see Murray and Sexton both making 4. So we can see that the All Blacks not releasing that Aaron Smith kicking game plan just yet. And I know as we get deeper into this competition, that is going to be a key part. I'm surprised. We've seen that second Bledisloe Cup match against the Wallabies. Aaron Smith's kicking game was absolutely on point. We haven't seen that yet. Conor Murray, to be fair, we haven't seen the best of him either. Best running meters, Bridge, Barrett, Reese, Savia, again, Sexton, Stander and Murray, the only guys who have made any meters. Murray made that little break, which is a key thing to him going forward. Defensively, who have we got? Missed tackles. Let's have a look at that. Stockdale's missed 3. Keith Thurles has missed 2. Ringrose, Murray, Henshaw, Furlong, and best of all, missed the 1. Richie Mo'unga, the only All Black in there to miss 1 tackle as well. The Gaelic Gladiator, why am I going Warrior all the time? Says we need to bring on Conway. He can be a lethal sub. Also, Lamar, I've talked about him a lot in the build-up to this game. And during this game, Jordan Lamar is massively key for this team, for Ireland. They need to get him on. They need to get him with some ball. He can beat defenders. He can beat tackles. He can create chances. The rest of the players on the bench for Ireland, when you see them here, what are you going to gain from this front row? I don't know if you're going to gain too much from those replacements. Tide Byrne, a very strong performer, carrier of the ball, as is Rhys Ruddock. Are they going to offer much more than we've seen from the likes of Stander, O'Mani, and Van der Flyer? I'm not too sure. Luke McGrath, Joey Carberry, we're not going to see those two guys, are we? Maybe we'll see Luke McGrath, but I mean, I'll be surprised if we see Joey Carberry on in this game, unless if it's lost, they'll bring him on, or if they just blitz out 50 points in the start, then they might bring him on as well. But I'm not liking the chances of seeing Joey Carberry unless we have an injury that requires him to come on. But this guy here, Jordan Lamar, he's a big guy for me. He's got to come and he's got to make a big difference for this Irish side. There it is. Here's a little bit of a look about the players, the stats, how the teams are going, how the scoreline looks, and how the first half has gone. It's been an interesting first half. And we have had some good rugby going through as well. So don't think the second half is too far away from getting back into action. So let me know what you guys think about the game so far. You can see, you can have your chat on the side. If I go the right side, you can have your chat come up. Look at that, just for the halftime break and all. The Gaelic Gladiator there, having a few little comments, cracking down to the end of halftime. Thanks for joining me, everyone, as well. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. And those of you out there who are watching on free-to-air TV, hope you enjoyed the first half. We've already seen it, though, haven't we? We've already seen that first half. So, Alex. Oh, never change, Alex. Never change. Goodness gracious. Boo New Zealand, he says. As you can see. I mean, Alex, what have you thought? I mean, where have the other Irish fans gone? We had a few Irish fans at the start. I'm interested in their thoughts as to where Ireland are going wrong. Personally, handling, obviously, is a bit of a big one for me. But the forwards, having no momentum going forward, is really what's killing them. They're not getting that forward momentum, that forward charge, that forward drive from their pack. And that is, I think, destroying their chances. They're not getting over the gain line with the standards. They're not getting over the gain line with those guys. So that's killing their momentum. That's killing their play. Alex is in from Dublin. Tell me, Alex, as a Dublinite yourself, is that what you call them? What's the general feeling, Alex, around this match prior to kickoff in the last week? Has there been confidence? Was there belief that the Irish could do this, that they could win this game? I'm interested to think what everyone in that area thought, because you don't see too much of it here about it. So I'm keen to see what you guys thought. We are about ready for kickoff, so we will get rid of that, and let's get the second half ready to go underway. Brayton says, where have the Irish attack gone? Where has the Irish attack gone? Yeah, that is a great question. It has been flat, disjointed, and clueless. Second half is underway. Jonathan Sexton goes high, and just easy for Beauden Barrett to clean up. Here's Aaron Smith. Passing to Mo'unga, not kicking himself, so take him back into the 22, and what has Stockdale done there? He's just caught the ball on the sideline. Oh, Jacob Stockdale, you've just had a brain explosion, my son. That is terrible. Oh, he knows it too. He looks down and sees chalk and he goes, oh, shit. Oh, line out to the All Blacks. Scott Barrett's on the field. We can see there 19 is on. Sevu Reece at first receiver. So one change. Is that Wylock off? I'm not 100% sure. Pretty sure I seen Retallick on the field from the kickoff. It's actually Barrett is on for a back rower. So we'll see what happens there. As the All Blacks come left side. Good Hugh away to Bridge. On the left-hand flank, Alex still thinks that Ireland can win. Let's get the right screen up here as we get back into the game. Good Hugh puts a little grubber through and pins Ireland down into their 22. The mullet looking strong. The All Blacks 22-0 up. We are in the second half. Let's get rid of that clock. What am I doing? Don't need 2 times up there. There we go. That's better. Andreas, been very few and far comments between, good sir. Ireland gave up after the first try. I don't think Ireland have really had much of an idea. Almost as knock on by Cody Taylor. Almost a stolen line out there from the All Blacks. Tipped at the front from Retallick. Possibly could have been a knock on. Barrett's knocked it on. That is Scott Barrett. So we got a replacement, Scott Barrett. Sounds like he is on for Sam Cane. He is. So Sam Cane's off. And, I mean, I'd expect that we'll see Ardie Savea go to 7. And Scott Barrett go to 6. So that's what I think we can expect from that. Right. Scrum packing down for Ireland. Conor Murray will feed. He's still on the field. He gives a big whack on the shoulder. And a solid scrum here. Ireland charging forward, but the All Blacks pack is going nowhere. How are they keeping it so straight? Conor Murray box kicks away. And it fires its way straight to the crowd. Line out. All Blacks 22-0. 43 minutes into this game. 3 minutes into the second half. What do Ireland have to do to get back in this game? Score some points, obviously, would be a big start, but they need to get some ball, some forward momentum in the right areas of the field. That is surely got to be a... How is that not a penalty or a knock-on? Okay, so Leonard Brown just passed it to Goodhue, who just knocked it straight back into the hands of Leonard Brown. Don't know how that quite happened. The All Blacks continue on. Savia steps away. Leonard Brown has a bit of a scamper himself. Aaron Smith. Mo'unga dummies. Goes backwards. Good tackle from Sexton. Bone Barrett's back. Is that a drop goal? Okay, interesting. The ball dribbles its way over the try line and will go dead and goal. Andres says the only way Ireland get themselves back in is to shut Aaron Smith down. Yep, Aaron Smith's having a good game. He's demanding fast ball. And he's getting it most of the time as well, which has been pretty key. Robbie Henshaw going for a quick sneaky one, and Owens has none of that. Sexton gets it back. 44 minutes in. And he drops it out from the 22. High one to the far side. What a take! What a ridiculously good take by Scott Barrett. Unbelievable. Goodhue, first receiver, finds Savia, and Anton Leonard Brown goes deep. A flat, wide ball. George Bridge on the sideline. Shimmy's in and out. Gets the give and go to Keith Earls, who takes him down a good tackle. Smith to Barrett. Into the middle of Park. Joe Mooney offloads to Goodhue. Steps inside and charges way through. Releases from the tackle. Aaron Smith to Barrett. Barrett charges through. Rory Best gets in a combination tackle with a ring roast. Takes him down. 10 metres out. All Blacks looking on another chance of scoring. Mooney just charging through. Another 5 metres. The forwards are showing how it's done. Rory Best over that ball. Maybe a turnover. No, the All Blacks somehow hang on. A double round of Aaron Smith. Hat trickle's almost on. Goodhue. Anton Leonard Brown. Inside. He steps. He goes through 2, 3, 4 defenders. 5 metres out. The All Blacks looking to put the pain on Ireland. Laulala. Gets hammered. A big tackle. Advantage to the All Blacks. Knock on from the tackle of Stander. So it hit his arm. Going for the pass of Laulala. We've not said Laulala's name very much in this match, to be fair. So an interesting game from him so far. He's been pretty quiet. How about that take? We're seeing a replay of that take from Scott Barrett. Ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. The All Blacks charging through. There's the difference for me in this game. The All Black forwards, Joe Moody, charging through there. Just breaking tackles. And just trying to hear what the commentator's saying there about who's playing. They're making the gain line. They're going forward. That's the big difference here. Because Ireland just aren't going forward with the ball in hand. And you've seen Moody there. He broke half a tackle but offloaded it to Goodhue and bang, there's good 10, 15 metres. Now there looks like there's a bit of a knock here to Mr. Moody himself. He made a bit of a run. He needs a bit of a rest now. He's made 10 running metres. He needs to have a bit of rest. We've actually stopped time. Oh, God. The time is a nightmare. Let's get the time right. Let's get it back up. There we go. So 5.5 minutes into the second half. Goodness me. Still 22-0. I mean, this is... I mean, would you give us an upset so far? I know we probably expected favourites that the All Blacks would win, but this has been a very, very good first half by the All Blacks. Comments on social media tearing Sexton to pieces. He's not had the best first half, but he's been the only player to probably lift any attack. It's similar to what we've seen with the Wallabies in England, wasn't it, just before? Christian Lealiifano offering very little on attack for the Wallabies, and we're seeing that from Sexton as well. The continuity between Sexton and his backs has been probably the worst we've seen in a long time. Here's the scrum feed. Aaron Smith goes to Mo'unga, and he's definitely on the ground. They need to release him. Aaron Smith gets slow ball. Kieran Reid decides he'll take it up, and Scott Barrett has a friend on the shoulder. Another pick and go from the All Blacks. This is good. Solid work from the forwards. Brodie Retallick doing some hard work there. Joe Moody has it. He goes to Barrett and Whitelock's on his shoulder. Rory Best is up and over the ball. The Gladiator back again, saying it's been very bad from the boys. It has been. I mean, you try find the positives out of this for Ireland, but I've not seen too many just yet, to be completely honest with you. What is going on there? The Irish player has just dived in as the All Blacks quickly fire it to the left-hand side. Barrett gets it. He had Bridge and Moanga with him. Couldn't link up. Aaron Smith has fast ball, but he holds on it. Waits for his forwards. Good short play. Barrett to Reid. And a good tackle. The ball squirts out the back. There's numbers to the right. So many numbers to the right. That's got to go out there. It's a try if it does. But they reset all right here, Ireland. They do go to the right. Anton Lienert-Brown has a bit of a scamper. 6 metres short. Oh, Moody gets missed out. Popped up to Cody Taylor. That's a try. The All Blacks are in again. And you see the emotion written off. They are dominating the Irish. They talk about the mid-World Cup cycle test, how important they are for confidence of teams like Ireland. But let's be fair right now. Step up, big time, big games. Those mid-year tests are exactly that. They're tests, they're trials, because it all builds to this. This is the time. And we are seeing the hell of a stand-up here by the All Blacks. This is a statement. England talked about making a statement and thumping the Wallabies. This is another statement. The World Cup is well and truly alive. Kieran Reid with the offload on the ground to Cody Taylor. $27-0 is the score. Let's get the tries up. Moanga adds the extras, so it's a try to Cody Taylor. We'll pop that in there, and let's get the conversion. It's 3 out of 4. As we got some changes for the All Blacks. There's the offload. Magic from the captain, says Grassy. And my time is actually absolutely miles out. Let's fix that up. Andre says Ireland's coach, Joe Schmidt, needs to just throw the flag before it gets any worse. I mean, is this the last we're seeing of Joe Schmidt? Because he is gone, remember, after this as well. Back underway we go. We are 9 minutes into the second half as we got a tussle for the ball. But Scott Barrett having an absolute clanger at the moment. Clanger in a good way. Normally clanger is a bad one, but he is having a ripping game so far. Barrett drops it on his left boot. Finds the grass. Finds eventually Rob Kearney as well, who probably hasn't been having a game to remember so far. Bridge is up and over the ball. Great tackle from Lienert-Brown. Here's Furlong shaping to kick. Probably the worst thing we'd want to see. Game's getting brutal in the forward battle, says Glaciers. Here's a good break from Omani. I'm not quite sure. I think Ofatuanga-Fasi has just wiped out the halfback there. There was fairly cynical play there from Ofatuanga-Fasi. Ardie Savea getting a little bit of a scuffle, as you'd expect. Yeah, that was a pretty poor penalty giveaway there from Tuanga-Fasi. Grassy says you got to give Irish credit for their fighting spirit. I mean, this is a World Cup quarterfinal. You're not going to... Just watching that penalty from Tuanga-Fasi again. You're not going to throw in the towel, are you? You're down by 29... Oh, I haven't updated that scoreboard. You're down by 29 points, aren't you? But, I mean, you're not going to go, okay, stuff it. Let's throw in the towel, because... You want to give the best representation of yourself as you possibly can. So, sure, if they finish this at 29 points to 7, that's a lot better than 44-0. Here's Robbie Henshaw charging at the line. Murray gets quick ball. Sexton, Keith Earls, who slips inside. A good little run there from Earls. Now, Murray getting a little bit more. The inside ball from Sexton. Finding another runner on the inside. Looked like possibly... Was that Tide Barrett, I think, on the field? 19 is on the field, I think, for Ireland. As Kilcoyne is on as well. So a couple of changes here for the Irish. On the 22, pumping. Some quick ball out. Sexton doing well. Oh, quick hands. Rob Carney has met the tackle of Severeese. Stander meets the mullet of Jack Goodhue. Puts him down. One-on-one tackle. Doing well. Now the bomb. Right into the middle of the park. Players falling left, right, centre. The contest comes up. Anton Lienert-Brown has it. And then Scragg assured it's getting decked. As it's a knock-on advantage for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith doesn't kick. They give to Bowden Barrett. And he kicks this down 10-metre line. Rob Carney gets it back to Sexton. He gives it back to Carney. Neither of them really want to take it on. Severeese is over the ball. He's up on his feet. Severeese has got to be a penalty. It is! That is a big penalty. Severeese, little man, big heart, big power as well. Gets the penalty. Severeese over the ball quickly. And he had it enough on his side. Aaron Smith still trying to rev his team up. He's not giving Mo'unga the ball either. Andre says, feel sorry for Sexton. He's trying hard to get the back line going, but it's just like they haven't shown up. You're right. Sonny Bill Williams time, says Classy. Yep, it will be. I'm interested who he's coming on for. 13. So it sounds like it is Jack Goodhue who is going off. Sonny Bill could possibly tear this game up. Great game, Goodhue, says Glassy, 100%. Really, really good game by Goodhue. He's been strong, he's tackled well, and he's done everything right. We questioned the Lienert-Brown Goodhue combination, but it has been pretty spectacular. I'd imagine we'll see a swap around 2. We'll see Sonny Bill at 12. Anton Lienert-Brown moved to 13. The All Blacks set piece, line out. Sonny Bill's in the play already. Mo'unga deep on the last little player. Bowden Barrett charges at the line. Up from fullback. Gets some 30 metres out. Deep again. Sonny Bill. Not offloading just yet, but he's playing quite a bit for us receiver, which is interesting. Here we go. Jordan Lamar's on the field as well. That's going to be important. Here is Lienert-Brown running into the tackle of Dave Kilcoyne. Sonny Bill once more. Short passes from the forwards. Sonny Bill is getting a lot of first receiver ball here. I don't know what's going on, but maybe we'll see him at first 5 at fly half later on in the game. The way he's playing. Bowden Barrett puts in a little flat little scudder kick. Oh, that's a great take in the back. And here we go. Jordan Lamar, the man I thought was going to cut this game to pieces, has instantly made an impact with a very good kick and chase. Aaron Smith, no fullback in place, puts a little box kick. Oh, beautiful bounce. It's rolling its way into touch, 10 metres out from the Irish line. Aaron Smith, masterclass. He is almost like a credit card. He could probably demand any money he wanted at the moment, the way he's playing. Goodness me, I've had this in my hand for about 20 minutes. Oh, goodness me. What a change. What a team this has been from the All Blacks. They are playing a fantastic game so far. Right. Irish line out. 10 metres from their own line. Conor Murray's got to kick this. He sets it up. He squirts it back slightly. And the All Blacks will try charge. Retallick has a little leap like a fish. Here's Bridge. Capable as anyone under the high ball. He takes it. 35 out from the Irish line. Smith. Tuangafasi. And O'Mani almost gets there, and the referee almost gets in trouble as well. Sonny Bill gets the offload away. Here's the combination play. Talvale gets away to Mo'unga. Inside to Severeese. He's drinking and driving. He's slipping his way through. Beating off the good attempts from the front row to get in there. O'Mani's trying to get over the ball. He's in from the side. This won't be helping his cause. Aaron Smith goes deep. Wide ball to Barrett. This is very good. Goodness here for Cody Taylor. Away to Bridge. Steps back inside. Good cover defence there from Ireland. 6 metres out now. Savia. Barrett. Dummies to his right, but takes in contact. Now it's there for Sonny Bill Williams. Another go at first receiver for SBW. To the right, they go again. And Scott Barrett charges forward. Smith takes his time. Goes to his left. Tuangafasi has another one out go. Now he tells Talvale, do some work. And Adi Savia gets in behind him. He wants fast ball here, Aaron Smith. He's not getting what he wants. He's not in the position he wants. He is a really demanding scrum half as Aaron Smith. And he's getting the best out of his team right now. Retallick has a go. Kieran Reid has a go. A little bit sideways from the All Blacks as they fail to make many inroads. They're slowing it down. Tarval has another go. Rory Best tries to go over the top. Can't get the ball. It's a penalty to Ireland. Rory Best has got the ball. Or no. It is Retallick diving into the ruck. Good defence, Ireland. But the All Blacks happy to slow that down. And they just want to wind down this clock here. I think they'll be happy to win 29-0. They've not really gone wide at all. And that little stanza, they made the inroads, they got close, and then they slowed it down. They stopped it, they gave it to the big boys, and they charged on forward. Ireland do escape with the ball, though. And they've kicked for touch from the penalty. What have got time-wise? We're looking all right. There's Retallick. Yeah, he covered the ball off there, Retallick. Didn't release it. And a bit of disappointment there on the faces of the All Black coaches. Not happy with what Retallick's done. Matt Todd's on. And Retallick is off. So this will see another change in that back row, second row. So we'll see Todd will obviously go to 7. We'll probably see Artie Savia back to 6. And then we'll see Scott Barrett move into the second row. Ruddock is on for Omani as well. So another change is the Irish set piece is a bit of a shambles. It's taken them 3 hours to get the ball out of this breakdown. Here is Furlong. Pick and go off the back. Now Murray feeds the back off Sexton. That is atrocious stuff. It's been... What's the decision here? Nigel Owens is telling Conor Murray off. He's giving him an absolute grilling. Knock on black. So it will be a Irish scrum. Nigel Owens giving them his thought or two here. Scott Barrett over the top of the breakdown. And a terrible pass. Oh, I don't know about that. Johnny Sexton, he's not had the best of games. So will we see another quarter-final exit for Ireland? It's looking very likely. He's getting another telling off here, Conor Murray. Nigel Owens is having none of his crap. And Conor Murray looks like a little school child who's just been sent to the principal's office. He's going, yes, sir. Yep, okay. All right. And Nigel Owens just giving him a bit of a cracker. Picking out Sevu Reece here at a bit of individual praise. As we'll get the clock stopped as it stopped the actual game. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've almost hit the hour mark as the All Blacks fans of the crowd are ecstatic, let's be fair, with the performance of their team here tonight so far. Andrea says England better show up next week. Game's not over yet. Braden says definitely expected more from the Irish here. Yep. Couldn't agree with you more. And the Gaelic Gladiator, at least we can say we beat the All Blacks once that time in November. Never let go of the positives. Gaelic Gladiator, never let go of those positives. Either way you look at it, you've beaten the All Blacks at least. And that's more than a lot of teams around the globe can say. But when it's come to the crunch, World Cup time, you've fallen short. Well, I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Still a good 22 minutes to play, and the Irish scrum has earned themselves a penalty. Murray runs, can't get away from Aaron Smith though, as he goes for a little run himself. Now off the back, they go nowhere. And Nigel Owens says we'll go back for the penalty. Let's wait for the time to catch up with where it actually is. 29-0. I mean, yeah, I agree with you guys in the chat. This is a surprising result. As Brayton says, expected so much more for Ireland. I mean, I was at a possibility that they could win this game, and the kick for touch has not gone into touch from the penalty, and George Bridges claimed it and thumped it back downfield. They just lost 20 metres there, and Lamar has to run for it. He's trying to dazzle Bowden. No, he's trying to dazzle Bridge, who got there first. Nigel Owens not giving Ireland any advantage time with the ball, says on. Just he blew that up very, very, very quickly, didn't he? Not even one phase with advantage from that penalty from the scrum. So That's going to work against them. They can't really try anything. Now they go deep. A bit of a... I mean, they looked all right there, but it just quickly come unstuck, and they opt for the kick as their last resort. Barrett goes high, and he chases himself. He's been brilliant out of the high ball. Here's Barrett. Puts a little no-grubber kick. Chased back from Keith Earls, but eventually he'll be there. Oh, Robbie Henshaw has grabbed it. Moanga wraps him up, tries to strip the ball free. Back to 5 metres out from their own line now, Ireland. How quickly this game changes. They keep with the big boys now, trying to get them out of trouble. When will we see the Murray kick? Now, I feel. Goodness, got him a couple of metres closer. Barrett is having a storming game. You talk about the best players in the world. Barrett is having one of those games. He really is having a cracker. Here's a change at scrum half. TJ Perenara is coming on for Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith has been phenomenal. And he is going to be a key player if the All Blacks are going to go for that three-peat. Dane Coles is also on as well. He's found, Barrett. And they've just absolutely ditched James Ryan there in the line-out island. The maul from the All Blacks decimating the Irish pack. They somehow recover, though, very, very well from Ireland. They get it back on their side. Crossfield kick here from Moanga. Sever Reese has it all by himself. Steps inside. Reese within a metre. Perenara gets it to Todd. Oh, Matt Todd, he scored. Matt Todd scores the try. Oh, that is brilliant. Too good, the All Blacks. That is it. Surely now, game, set, and match. And we've got instant feedback in the chat. I mean, that crossfield kick, I was a bit concerned about James Ryan there as he was just dumped off that line out. Dane Coles at the back. Matt Todd at the back. Then Perenara gets it deep to Moanga. Reese completely unmarked. How do you leave Reese unmarked when you know the All Blacks play that crossfield kick game? Short ball to Matt Todd, who was, I mean, look at the Irish defenders here. Sexton's defending around the ruck, and you get one support player in Andrew Porter, who was literally just arrived outside Sexton, and he's got to instantly make a tackle of a running, rampaging Matt Todd when he has just stopped. Oh, goodness me. I can't believe the scoreline. We'll catch up with the comments in a second. So we've got another try scorer. Matt Todd's in. Conversion from Moanga, number 5. Can you believe it? He's 3 out of 4, lining up this one. And we thought, he's just dragged it again. He'll stay 3 out of 5. Thankfully, the goal kicking isn't going to matter. Jordy Barrett's on the field as well. So it stays 34-0. All right, Sever Reese has made his last action. The Gaelic Gladiator says, that's it, I'm going to hide in the basement until 2023. Tokyo Channel says, Japan! I mean, tomorrow night, buddy, tomorrow night. Tokyo Channel. Rory Best is making his way off, as Grassy says in the chat. Rory Best, well done, great career. Yep. Rory Best does deserve a round of applause. He has been, I think, quite outstanding today. Just been one of the best Irishmen on the paddock. He's been quick and very strong over the breakdown, strong runner, and a great servant. Another very great servant for the Irish rugby team. He's been a great catalyst in why the side has been a lot better in recent years. Back underway we go. 63 gone, 34 points to 0. It is surely now all over Red Rover. A little chip over the top. Tuanga Fussy has just chased down a kick there from Sexton. Look at that flying runner. Goodness me, the All Blacks are just playing with this now as George Bridge sweeps his way through the tackle as Stander. Perenara, Moanga, Barrett in midfield. That's Scott. Perenara goes back to the short side. And very exceptional play, but the referee's blown something up here. We're going to have a stoppage. What do we got here? What do we got here, Nigel? Fill us in. 18 Black has done something wrong. A neck roll against Mr. Ta'aval. A few comments we got going back here. Gaelic Gladiator says, Bundyaki didn't get sent off against Samoa. Then we're allowed to sing a national anthem before the game to set Ireland's call. Ruthless ABs today, says Glassy. The All Blacks have kept in another penalty from going into touch. George Bridge has done a freakishly good job here. It's a great chase up there. Oh, Ringrose has done fantastically, but Bonan Barrett, equal to the task, has done even better to get out of that predicament. In goal again, saving the kick. But Garrett Ringrose very quickly up onto it. Now, Piranara will box kick. And he finds touch. Ireland go quick. Carberry's on the field, everyone. Joey Carberry is on the field. I see 22. I see Joey Carberry. I'm concerned for Ireland as to who. Oh. Is that. Jesus, that. How has George Bridge kept that in? Let's catch up on the chat here we got going on. Again, Andres says Japan has broken this Irish team. They were garbage since that loss. I mean, they've had an average run into the World Cup, and then they've been even more average when the World Cup started. It looked ominous, but you thought, you probably hoped, Irish fan or rugby fan, that they had something up their sleeve they were holding out. Turns out, not the case. They've got a bit of a set-piece play on. Their pass has gone forward. It's bobbled away. I think the referee might let this go. And another player has been held back, as it could be a chance here for Jacob Stockdale. There's a few question marks in there. Hands in the air from All Blacks players and Irish players alike. It's now Carberry has the ball. He's given it short, and Porter having a go. Here's Murray giving it to his left, and it's 1-out plays again from the Irish as they're close to the All Blacks line, looking for their first points of the game. Ryan. We got more advantage, do we? No. The arm's not out. Let's talk of another neck roll. Jet, welcome along. Says the All Blacks are completely destroying Ireland as expected. They're not going too badly. There's a huge gap here to the left of the ruck if they want to use it. Ireland. 66 into the game. 5 metres short. It's pick and go stuff. Now there's advantage to Ireland. Offside. So they want to use this now. Chance around. Carberry, jinking, driving. Gets away from Mo'unga, but Scott Barrett drags him down. Now they sling it to the right, but they were outnumbered defensively. Lamar stepping. Trying to get through. Dangerous runner. Now. Oh! Big tackle there. Sonny Bill Williams putting on the pain against Andrew Porter. Murray. Carberry. A little grubber can throw. This will be the try for Ireland. Oh, he's knocked it on. Oh, what has he done? Oh, Robbie Henshaw. Overconfident dive to the finish there. Great kick from Carberry. And he's gone with the big swan dive finish. He's not caught it. Mockery stuff there. Robbie Henshaw thought he could finish that in his sleep. He's messed it up completely, and it is head-in-hand stuff for the Irish fans. The only people not confident before today were the players, says Gaelic Gladiator. Not far off, I'd imagine. They don't look like they've played with much confidence at all. Robbie, you fool, says the Gaelic Gladiator. Oh, I do hope you do. I want record that video, Gladiator. He's going to go to Japan for wooden spoon. He's going to hit every single player on the Ireland team. Oh, dear. Jet says, have to admit Ireland are a very strategic team and have done very well this year. Ireland have had a great World Cup cycle. But ultimately, again, it's going to end in a disappointing finish for them. The poor Irish, the rugby gods are against them, says Andres. Welcome along, Swan Dragon. Good to see you. How you going? And Brayton says that exactly how the game goes for Ireland. You've summed it up, really. That try that should have been scored. They do have a scrum, though. Stander goes by to Henshaw. Another go. This time gets it. Robbie Henshaw makes up for his mistake just before. And finally, we have the first points for Ireland. Let's get it up there. Let's get something up for the Irish. And to be fair, the fans are happy that there's been something go the way of Ireland. Robbie Henshaw scores. And would you say that Ireland would look better since Joey Carberry's been on the field? I don't know. But they have looked pretty good. The team has changed a little bit. Doesn't go forward ball. Stander off the back of the scrum. Looks strong. And Robbie Henshaw beat a couple of defenders. A drop kick. Oh, a drop kick conversion. I think. I imagine it was Carberry. I'm not 100% sure. I seen it from afar who actually popped that over. We'll wait for the update as who actually topped over that conversion. But it's 7 points up. So let's get that up there right. Carberry, the game changer, says Brayson. Finally, they've crossed the line, Andrea says. And the Gaelic Gladiator is pretty happy. A little bit of a rejuvenation here for the Irish team. We're 10 minutes from time, however, as a crossfield kind of kick, really a nothing play. And Bridge gets it to Barrett, who runs hard at the line. 34-7, the comeback is on. The All Blacks, though, firing back, and George Bridge is in the 22. 28 more to go, says Tokyo Channel. The ball's squirted free, though, here, and the Irish have picked it up. And they're on 22. They've got 80 metres to go. You can do it, he says. Just reminds me of the old movie guy. Forgotten his name. You can do it. Definitely not at all. Nicholas Pont, welcome along to the chat, good sir. I hope you're enjoying the rugby out there. It is the Irish who are trailing 34-7 with 10 minutes to play. It is Joey Carberry that got that kick. I was just waiting for that confirmation on that. He's just got one R in his name. 1 from 1. Sexton, no kicks, eh? How about that? Only 28. There's 4 tries. 4 converted tries. Swan Dragon waiting. He's expecting a Wales versus All Blacks grand final. Is Antonio Brown? Oh, he's cut the line. Offloading to Perenara. The ball goes backwards. And it has been picked up by Ireland. Van der Flyer. Haven't seen much of him in today's matchup. Murray still on the field. No McGrath yet. Strong run. Charging on the line there from Rhys Ruddock. Shaping to kick there was Lamar, but he decides he'll go for a run. And he's done pretty well. He's jumped out of a couple of tackles and made a good 10 metres there. Carberry totally bit on the Sexton, says Gaelic Gladiator. Let's be fair. He has been. Here's Carberry. Oh, Henshaw absolutely cut in half. Big tackle from Reid, who has been brilliant. Here's a run from Niall Scannell. Pick and go for Stander. Just about breaks his way through. Oh, it's picked up brilliantly. Dane Coles trying to get away from Earls. Offloads brilliantly. George Bridge will score. I was reading the chat. The All Blacks have scored. George Bridge is in. Another try to the All Blacks. 39-7 is a score. Turnover of a loose play by Ireland. And just like that, flick the switch. The All Blacks are in again. Bridge has a try. So I want to see what happened here. There was a half break. Savia and Tuangafasi into the breakdown here. Turnover from Marty Savia. And just like that, he cuts the line. Oh, beats 2 defenders. Great offload to Coles. Keith Earls did brilliantly to take Coles out with a support play from George Bridge. Second to none. And another try for the All Blacks. Artie Savia, though, he's been fairly quiet and effectively took out 3 Irish defenders there, which is huge. Absolutely huge. Artie Savia, massive game from him. Bridge scores. Moanga adds another one. And that makes him 4 from 6. A couple of misses from Bridgie tonight. Not Bridgie, from Richie, I should say. We were looking at Jeet's comment there. Who do I think will win the finals? Unbiased. The finals? You mean the actual grand final or just the semis? I'm thinking Wales and South Africa I do think will win. I love to see Japan win, but I do think South Africa will win it. We see McGrath come on for Murray eventually now with just 6 minutes to play. I don't know. I mean, I still can't go past what I originally thought right back at the start. Oh! Big mid-air collision there between the two players. And is the play going to go on? It's a run chase as the ball's kicked forward by Ireland. Lamar almost back there. Richie Mo'unga beats him to the race. 1 metre out from their own line. The All Blacks defensively working, but Ireland get the penalty. That was a little bit action-packed. The Gaelic Gladiator says he'll be back in 4 years when he gets let out of the basement. He's going to go jump off a cliff. Oh, checkmate. He says, you're right, the score is wrong. The action has been going so quickly. It is 41 points to 7. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for coming by, Tom. Pretty much it is all over now. I hope you enjoyed the stream, Tommy boy. Gaelic Gladiator says, we look like Germany's rugby team, and I don't even think they have one. 5 minutes to go. Wallace, I do think you're right there, Wallace. Germany do have a side, but they are pretty average. And I think there was a German player that was playing in the Mighty 10 Cup this year, I think, or something similar. That's a knock-on from Ireland. Surely, how has that not been picked up? They've got away from there, Ireland. And again, you just see the players as they go one off. They're just not going forward with the ball. They're just catching it, and then they're going from a standing start. That is costing them big time. 6 metres out here as Ruddock has another go. Waiting for it, trying to find it. There's another big run there. Stander going pretty close to the line. The All Blacks all getting told that they're offside. Another tackle from Sonny Bill Williams, who crawls back like a little child. Waiting for it now is Scannell going close. They're crawling their way in. Oh, it's a collision of bodies and a penalty to Ireland. Oh, it's a try, is it? A penalty try. Well, how about that? Well, that's bizarre. Matt Todd has been penalised here for getting in between the post and the player. I'm not really sold on that at all. He's going to the TMO. They are looking here, Swan. You're right. You've never seen a penalty try? There's been plenty of them. You should watch Super Rugby. They dish them out like they're lollies. This was really a weird call. That he's actually... Let's pause the clock here. My clock is a bit out. Let's update the clock properly. Okay, so they're saying Matt Todd's offside. He's not offside there. No, he's not. Is he? He's not offside. He was on the line. He didn't tackle him very well, that's for sure, but he kind of got caught in an uncomfortable position. Is he going to give him a card? What? 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 That is insane. Free try to Ireland. I can't believe that. What sort of bollocks is that? That is a cracker. Nigel, you've had a bit of a brain fade on that one. I think it's safe to say we can get a drop goal on the list here. Let's get... I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying... I'll get this up to date here. Matt Todd is behind the... He's on the line when the ball is picked up. And then he's gone to go tackle the player. He's been hit, he's twisted, and fallen over the ball. I think that is a really, really bizarre yellow card. Let's update the score, shall we? It's a straight 7 because it's a penalty try. And we'll get the penalty try to the Irish. We're quickly back underway, though, and the All Blacks are counter-attacking. His little grubber kick through for Bowden Barrett, and Carberry's back there and he's dragged into touch. 5 metre line out for the All Blacks. They're looking to head straight back. 3-1-2. Gaelic Gladiators out of the basement, And he's happy he's got another try for his Irish boys. Really, really strange that. Briggy says, great call for my bet. Sounds like another shocker from Nige. Yeah, it was a bit of a shocker, to be honest. Thankfully, it's not going to affect this game, but that one has been a bit of a shocker. Yeah, let's get the time right as Perenara takes the ball off the line out, and they drive him forward as well. The ball's held up. It's going over the line. Either way, it's going to be a 5-metre scrum because it's held up. The All Blacks will get a 5-metre scrum. 41-14 is the score. We've got the board right. Let's get the time right. We are 78 minutes in. So let's get 38 right there. Bang on that. And let's get back to the action. Nige might have the same bet, says Brad. Spot on. I think you're dreaming there, Gladiator. How about we switch around the numbers and it'll be 41-14 the other way. I mean, that's clever. Barrett has picked up man of the match. England versus ABs then. Yeah, good luck. I mean, do you say good luck to who? We go straight back to square one now, don't we? Because we're saying this is another close game. But, let's be honest about this. England have looked a lot better than Ireland have. That is certainly been a fact. The one on the 4 on the scoreboard around the wrong way. It's been a good night for All Blacks fans. As we've got I mean, why do they stop the time so damn much? Goodness gracious me. Let's get the time back up. The All Blacks are a man down. They will be for the remainder of the match as the scrum goes straight in, straight out. Perenara, Moanga. Oh, massive hole. Gotta be a try. Wide. And it's Barrett to Barrett. Jordy will score. And another try. Insult to injury. Man down and they score. Still score points. That makes us 46-14. This has been a bit of a thumping. Jordy Barrett grabs a try and the Barrett boys are having fun. How did Ireland... Now, someone explain this to me. Man on man, so they... Obviously the All Blacks went a man down on the scrum because it went straight in, straight out. How did Ireland not match up on defence? How did they not match up? That was really bizarre. Really, really bizarre to see that. Narrow defence from Ireland. You can't play that way. Not against an All Blacks team that are known for their crossfield kicks, are known for their big wide passes. You're probably right, Swan. They probably didn't think New Zealand would attempt another try. But at this sort of situation, why wouldn't you? You're up by 30-odd points. Why not have a crack? Why not have a go? Grassy thinks that the ABs will target Daly. Elliot Daly, the fullback for England with high balls, will be a tough game, you're sure. But the All Blacks do have a really, really good chance. I 100% agree with you. Moanga will line up his 7th shot at goal. He's 4 out of 6 at the moment. 80 minutes is up. Oh, Richie. Not bad, but not good enough. It is away. And full time will be called. It is 46 points to 14. That is a great display by the All Blacks. Dominance over Ireland. And right from the start, was it ever in doubt? Mentally a poor start from start to finish from the Irish. Far too big a mistake against the world number ones, says Brayton. The Gaelic Gladiator is going to come back in another 4 years, 2027. Don't blame you. Grassy. Emphatic? You think emphatic? That's probably a better way. I'm probably misreading the emphatic. Yes, emphatic, says the Irish commentary here. Goodbye the World Cup, says the Gaelic Gladiator. Tears all round. Ireland's not good enough. Really, really poor. The Irish are gone. There's tears all around. Bad luck, Harris. Bad luck, Tokyo. Find a new team, boys. Wales, maybe. England, possibly. We'll go for the underdogs, the ultimate underdogs in Japan tomorrow night. Come back next week and support us. Gladiator, says Brad. The All Blacks will be coming back next weekend. They've earned themselves another Monday, as they say. What a match, says Strivix. It was a good game. Not even tired. I mean, it's 1:15. Oh, I got work in about 6 hours, guys. Damn work. Damn work. Who works on a Sunday? Bloody hell. Beauden Barrett gets man of the match. 46-14. It is all done and dusted. The All Blacks dominant. The All Blacks far too good. And the Gladiator says, right, I'm changing my name to the Japanese Gladiator. And a profile pic to the Japan flag. Why not, man? Go for it. Support the ultimate underdog. Support the ultimate hosts in Japan. And I can't wait for that game tomorrow night. Swan, me and you too, both, brother. Working on a Sunday. Be nice if this was the job, wouldn't it? That would be the ultimate life. Talking about rugby, loving rugby, writing about rugby. That would be the job. Unfortunately, not yet. Gladiator's off to his basement. Fair play to Ireland. They had great build-up. I think they just peaked a little bit too early. I think they peaked about a year too early. And you can tell straight away in this game, they weren't up to it. They didn't have new ideas. They didn't have new plays. They didn't have that versatility, the adaptability to take out this All Black side who really show that they can go to another level. Have they shown their full hand yet? I doubt it. 100% I doubt it. The All Blacks will have plenty more up their sleeve. But I think they made a statement. Many of you thought that this could be their demise and we'll see Ireland in the semi-finals for the first time in history. No. Ireland have fallen short. Tom says, all the best from Irish. Thanks for the commentary. No worries, Tom. Thanks for coming by. Glassy says, great stuff, bro. Thanks for commentary. Catch you next week for the big one. I'll be here tomorrow if you guys want to check out the Japan-South Africa game. I'll spit it out eventually, so if you want to check out that, come by tomorrow night. Pretty much the same time as today as well. Great company, guys. Thanks for coming by. I've enjoyed it. Been great chat in the comments. So thank you all for coming by and saying hi, having a chat. I've enjoyed it. Some great comments and commiserations to the Irish. You played well, but I think that was far from the best performance we've seen from Ireland in the last couple of years. They were nowhere near the best. Gladiator, first Argentina, now the worst team in the world. New Zealand, Lord, we do it. Oh, poor Ireland. Don't be too hard on yourself, Ireland. It's easy to look at the negatives. But I think restart, reset. There's some certainly good, talented players, but they need some more depth in those key areas, don't they? Like the number 10 jumper. Will we see Johnny Sexton to another Rugby World Cup? Don't know. Definitely a legend of Irish rugby, but certainly didn't play their best hand there at all. Outplayed by the All Blacks. To wrap up, what are we going to wrap up with it all here? Stat-wise, I think you guys know how that game went. Just looking quickly at them. Ireland really good at set piece, but just errors, tackle mistakes, and dropped a lot of ball. That summed it up in the end. Nigel Owens helped them best they could at the end, giving that penalty try, which is a bit of a shocker. But overall, the All Blacks far too good and took it away from the Irish right from the start. What did you guys think of the match? Overall, what did you think of the All Blacks' performance? Are you surprised from Ireland? I think Ireland probably didn't have anything else to offer. They just looked a little bit behind the game. They couldn't step it up to that next level and ultimately fell away right at the crunch time, the crunch game. And once again, quarterfinals is not their friend. I think I might wrap this one up here because we are done. 46-14, the All Blacks over Ireland. That means England will play New Zealand next weekend. So can't wait for that. The Gladiator thought basement time about the match. Off you go. Off you go, Gladiator. We'll see you for the next one as well. Thanks everyone for coming by. Really, really enjoyed it. Great performance from the All Blacks. Commiserations again to the Irish fans out there. Don't get too down on yourselves. You'll be back in 4 years' time, and I'm sure we will see plenty more better stuff from the Irish. So, yeah, enjoy it. see you for tomorrow night. Wales and France first, but I'll be here for Japan versus South Africa. Until then, though, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to wrap this one up because it is about... What is the time? It is 20 past 1. 20 past 1 in the morning. And I'll be doing it tomorrow as well. So I'll see you all there. Thanks for stopping by. You guys have been great. Comments have been amazing. See you from the basement next time, Gladiator. And until then, take care. Thanks for coming by. Great game.